Okay, so it's been something like 6.5 hours since I landed in Tokyo, and I still haven't gotten out of the transportation system. I've been in Tokyo Station itself for a good 20 minutes, wandering around trying to figure out how to get out of the building. I think I'm underground, I'm not really sure. But this place is just massive. But what I have been able to do is I rented a phone. So I've got a phone that works in Japan. I got the numbers of like 4 or 5 different women who are all interested in buying me a drink, and I got the number of this guy who's an English teacher up in, I'm looking at a map right now. You are here. Gives you coordinates. I've got the number of a guy who's an English teacher who's up in the disaster area, and when they evacuated all the other JET people, that's the Japanese English Teaching or something like that, JET program, when they evacuated everybody else, he refused to go. So I'm thinking he's kind of... he's probably somebody that I want to hook up with, and I got his number and I got the name of the town that he's in. So I got a potential contact up there. And right now, I don't have a place yet to stay in Tokyo. I've gotten on couch surfing and I've sent out a bunch of couch requests, but if I don't hear back from any of those folks, I'm going to stay at the Capsule Hotel, or I'm going to stay at one of the capsule hotels, which would be kind of a cool experience because it's one of those things where you like sleep in a little pod. That'll be cool. And I talked to the U.S. Embassy, and I got this little Wi-Fi device, which gives me Wi-Fi anywhere in Japan, except for, of course, in the areas where all the towers are down because the tsunami hit them. But and I'm learning a little Japanese. And that's it. So I got to get these videos up on YouTube. So that's my goal for tonight until I find a place to stay. In the meantime, I'm going to be finding a solid internet connection. Actually, I have a solid internet connection here in my pocket now, but I need to find a place where I can just sit down and plug in my computer and get all that stuff online. I'll talk to you later. All right, so I'm still in Tokyo Station. As you can see, I'm walking down a corridor that's got the infinite corridor put to shame. I've got a good lead on getting. Oh my God, there it is, outside. By the way, in the process of this, I learned that the Japanese word for outside is Soto, which is also the name of one of the schools of Zen, which might be an interesting connection there, or it might just be a coincidence. But this is an area where the inside and the outside flow into one another, architecturally speaking. So that's where I just was. I was just inside, and this is where I'm heading. I'm heading outside, walking backwards, and you'll probably see over the top of my head as, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, so that's some Japanese architecture for you. That's like, okay, so now the ceiling just got higher. And then I go a little bit further, and I'm outside. Wow. So there's my first view of Tokyo that's not from a train, or a plane, or an airport, or a train station. That's the largest building I've ever been in my entire life. Tokyo Station. And it's tall, too. It's like something out of Star Wars. Nothing too interesting to report. I might shoot some, like, not still life, but still camera, like, tripod video of Tokyo, in case anybody's interested in seeing what that looks like. Well, now to find a table. Hi, this is Luke Griffiths reporting from Tokyo. One thing I wanted to add to the end of this video I'm about to post is that every television screen that I've seen since arriving in Tokyo has been showing newscasts of the disaster relief efforts. And needless to say, they're a lot more in depth than the newscasts that I saw in the United States. Here, obviously, people are a lot closer to it, and so the news is a lot more in depth. What I can tell, I can't tell what anybody's saying, but what I can tell from just the images is that there's massive amounts of food being shipped up there, and then there are people who seem to be standing out on the streets of major cities with these like donation boxes, and people as they're walking by on the street are dropping money in. Yeah, that's it. Just the main point being that the Japanese news seems to have a much more thorough coverage. They're showing people working cranes, removing rubble and everything, and they're showing these like large pieces of equipment moving into place, and spraying water on the nuclear plants and everything like that. So yeah, that plus the footage I just got is my update for today. Still looking for a place to stay. If anybody knows anybody in Japan you can put me in touch with, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm not going to be able to get up there unless I can find somebody who's willing to drive me up there. I know that the American Embassy is running buses to evacuate people from the area, but that probably means that they have buses that are empty going up there, and I may be able to talk them into getting me to let some folks up there. Met with the embassy this morning, but this afternoon after I arrived, and they were very helpful. They gave me a lot of good advice, and they just told me to stay smart. They were a little shocked that I was planning on going up there, but once they realized I was committed to it, they were supportive with information and help any way they could provide. And it was kind of nice to run into some people who spoke English really well. I'm already hitting kind of the language barrier thing, which anybody who's ever traveled in a country where English is not the primary language, you know what I'm talking about. You have all these very complex thoughts to express, and there's no way to express them. Luckily, I've got you guys. So anyway, wish me luck. Thanks a lot. Bye.